Rim Country News brought to you by Jake's Corner Bar and Grill. Same stop, different horses since 1916. And by Terlucas and Brandt, CPA PLLC, with a long history of providing quality CPA services right here in Rim Country. On this finally Friday, April 2nd, for Tano TV, K-Rim Radio News, and Global Trails Media, I'm Randy Roberson with your Rim Country News headlines. Well, March was a fairly wet month for northern Arizona and brought some very beneficial snowfall to the high country here around Rim Country. Well, that begs the question, how did that affect our seasonal totals? Well, up atop the rim at the Coconino National Forest, they say they tend to look at the water year beginning in October, and they do that to measure the seasonal precipitation and snow. So here's a look at how the Coconino National Forest is stacking up. Our snowy periods in January and March nearly caught us up to our normal seasonal snowfall. However, in terms of precipitation, forest officials say that there were still about 3 inches below normal thanks to our dry fall. And in related news, Stacy Figueroa with the Pine Strawberry Fire District, well, she's warning locals to be extra vigilant this year. She says experts are referring to this year's fire season as possibly devastating. Not dangerous, but, quote, devastating. Now, as such, she asks you to please remember some of the simple things that you can do while traveling around Rim Country during these dry, windy, hot days to come. First, she says, carry a car-rated fire extinguisher. Carry extra water. Never park your hot vehicle over overgrown dry brush or vegetation. And make sure that your vehicle is running properly with plenty of fluids to keep it from overheating. Also, she says you should check for proper tire pressure. And, of course, watch your cigarette butts. Don't be tossing those out the window. They say that if we all do these simple, easy-to-do, common-sense things together, we can prevent that devastating wildfire season. And yet, and even more somewhat related news, well, Carl Melford, you may know him as the head of Gila County's Emergency Response Department, he says he's grateful schools have been out during the emergencies like the bushfire last summer, but he knows it's only a matter of time before that isn't the case. Well, the Payson Roundup today is reporting that Melford announced that Gila County needs more options for evacuation shelters in northern Gila County during the annual pre-season fire meeting that was held back on March 25th. So far, only the Payson High School Dome and an LDS church in Payson fit that criteria, but soon they might not. Melford says, quote, it's a new concern in the sense that we are now seeing larger and smaller cases of evacuations. Well, adding to the increased struggles in emergencies this year, the need to continue social distancing and mask wearing because of the pandemic. Well, Melford says the expectations of privacy are huge. He says it is Red Cross goal to let those people feel at home. Well, as the Rim Country faces a predicted grim fire year, Melford has asked for northern Gila County organizations and businesses to help him find more evacuation shelters to prepare for a year that he expects to be very busy. Well, Melford explained a shelter serves those needing overnight accommodations in a safe place that's out of the path of the emergency. He says accessibility and space are the top priorities, and he says, I like to have showers for a multi-day event, although showers are not necessarily required. Now, with only 2 locations in the Payson area, Melford says he needs more location options as well. More locations offer a chance to be, again, out of the path of the emergency rather than continually moving away from it. Now, the metaphor that Melford uses to explain this is really pretty simple. He says, if a car is coming directly at you, are you going to jump backwards or move out of the way to the side? Well, he said this philosophy determined where Melford set up evacuation shelters during the June 2020 bushfire. Well, many question Melford's choice to put people in Globe rather than Payson. And he says Globe is an hour away, but that was not the direction the fire was headed. Well, Melford said he recognizes it's stressful enough to move once, but to move a second time, that only heightens fears. He says, I've actually discussed the possibility of moving north into Yavapai or Coconino counties. Distance makes it not a great option, but if it's the only one open, he says, I have to look at that. Well, there is hesitation to move people south, and of course he says Tonto Basin and Roosevelt are really too small to have any decent accommodations. Another challenge, he says, is the large number of animals that Gila County residents own. The Red Cross says you can't have animals and people in the same space. So in the past, the county has used a Payson Event Center for stock animals, but for smaller animals such as birds or dogs or cats, he struggled to find a solution. Now, he says in the southern part of the county, they have a choice between a number of different schools and the use of the county's fairgrounds. He said the options down there are huge. However, it's not so in the north here. He says, I dread the day that we have an evacuation during school hours, but his other concern is, quote, if we had a fire in the area of Payson schools, where are we going to send people? Well, Melford said that private businesses, churches, etc. are welcome to reach out to him if they have any space that they think that they can make available at times of emergency. You can email him at cmelford@gilacountyaz.gov. Well, coming up in Rim Country weather, a continued warming trend today and through the weekend is going to bring the warmest temperatures of the year so far, and scattered high-base showers and thunderstorms are possible today, mainly along the Mogollon Rim. However, National Weather Service says any storms today may not produce much rain, but there is a good chance for dry lightning. So here we go again. A complete report on your 7-day forecast is coming up next. You're watching Rim Country News.
Jake's Corner Bar and Grill. It's not just a bar, it's a destination. Jake started out as an Arizona stage stop way back in 1916, and folks have been stopping here ever since. Jake's also has been famous as a popular stopping spot for travelers headed to Rim Country or Roosevelt Lake. But as more people discover this historic stop, more and more, it becomes the destination. It was even featured in the 2008 movie Jake's Corner and later featured at the Sedona Film Festival. Ice-cold beers from the tap, imported or specialty beers, a generously stocked full bar, and great food that keeps you wanting to come back again and again. Enjoy a game of pool inside or step out and enjoy the covered patio and outdoor bar with live entertainment and much more. We hope to see you soon at one of the most historic stopping spots in Arizona, Jake's Corner Bar and Grill. It's not just a bar, it's a destination.
Hi, I'm Michael Dowling with the Old County Inn and Pinewood Tavern. So we've been using Terlucas and Brandt probably for the last 4 years. They've been really awesome to work with, Amy and Marguerite. They do everything now from pretty much all of our payroll needs, pay all of our taxes. They even help us on Fridays to pick up our checks, which is great since they're local. But I pretty much use them for everything. They've been awesome to work with, and they take off all the things I don't have to worry about as far as taxes go, so I can concentrate on my business. But as for now, they're pretty much doing all of my personal taxes, all of our payroll needs, all of our business taxes, and very affordable and just awesome to work with, and they're local. So we really appreciate them, and they've been a great partner with us so far.
Well, taking a look now at Rim Country weather, satellite imagery shows the upper level low over Southern California with the low crossing the Baja Peninsula about 200 miles to the south. This system will move east through the state through the day today with the cool core of an upper level low tracking just south of the Mogollon Rim. Now, though the surface dew points are down in the mid-20s, the National Weather Service says there is enough instability to kick off some high-base showers today. Now, there's been some lightning down in the Phoenix area overnight, and the Weather Service says you can expect lightning activity to move further north into northern Gila County during the morning hours and into the afternoon today. Convective activity with possible thunderstorms will increase throughout the day today as the low tracks over our area. Now, with the high bases and dry surface masses, though, little rain is expected to actually reach the ground. Subsidence behind the low as it moves east into New Mexico will quickly shut down convection later this afternoon and into the evening with clearing skies.
a ridge builds in through the weekend, and that's going to give the region the warmest temperatures of the year so far, and mostly clear skies right along with it. A deep low pressure system will pass well to the north early next week, bringing some gusty southwest winds at the very least here to Rim Country, and that'll be on Monday and Tuesday. Now there is a chance for some unsettled weather through the week next week, but right now there's little agreement among the various forecast models on the timing and the impacts from those systems. Now, the current solutions indicate dry conditions are really the most likely outcome. Now, this uncertainty is pretty typical of the spring-like weather patterns, so stay tuned over the next few days as we get some more updates as those systems get a little closer to us. Meanwhile, highs and lows around Rim Country today, well, they should be looking something like this. Here in Payson today, we should see a high right around 77 degrees, with our low tonight dropping to near 48. Up on top of the Rim at Forest Lakes today, well, according to the National Weather Service in Flagstaff, they say Forest Lakes today should have a high expected to get up to around 66 degrees today. They will have a 40% chance for some showers up there along the Rim, and their low tonight, after the clouds clear out, well, things should drop down to around 40 degrees there for a low. Our neighbors up in the Pine Strawberry area, they're forecast to hit 70 for a high today and 42 for a low tonight. Beautiful weather up there. Over in Young, they can expect a high of 76 today for a high, and then 44 for a low tonight. Down in Tonto Basin, well, they're forecast for another warm high today around 88 degrees, with a slight chance for showers down there as well. Their low tonight should only drop to probably around 58 degrees, so some pretty mild overnight temperatures there. And speaking of mild overnight temperatures, and even some toasty daytime temperatures, down in Phoenix at Sky Harbor International Airport today, they're forecast for a pretty toasty high today, right around 92 degrees, and their low tonight only dropping to 65. And that's what's happening around Rim Country. For K-Rim, Tano TV, and Global Trails Media, I'm Randy Roberson. Get out there and make it a great weekend, and stay safe.